Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all well. Just on Aaron Page is the name of the channel. Why we are not taking the Board of Peace seriously enough is the name of the video. So, the Board of Peace, kind of a Donald Trump thing. Again, we've seen it kind of with the Israel crack, and yeah, again, as we kind of mentioned, a false peace. As I think anybody can kind of predict that. You know what I mean? If you look at the world and the shit show that it has now become, does anybody seriously? I mean, it's funny that the word "seriously" is right here. Does anybody seriously think the Board of Peace is going anywhere here? You think this world looks like it's heading for peaceful times? The answer's probably no. We've got the Mexican cartel there, fucking blowing the shit out of Mexico. We've got the Ukraine war going on. The Muslims still hate everybody, so I can't see how that. Well, you might have brought peace to the Middle East, but the Muslims still hate everybody. So yeah, it's a shit show, to be honest. Shit show Earth in every which way you can imagine. I can't think of any way that it isn't a shit show at this point. Not one. So the Board of Peace, anyway, going to be seeing it with Donald Trump, and again, if we're going all biblical here, and being a pre-tribulation situation, then obviously it is a fake peace. Then there's a prediction of a false peace. It ends in basically the Third World War, to be honest. Well, again, it kind of depends on if we're post or pre-tribulation, and I kind of think we're post. Sorry, if we were pre-tribulation, the whole false peace, World War Three. I mean, that's probably going to happen anyway because they're kind of playing it out again. Is kind of what's happening, trying to deceive people into thinking where pre-tribulation seems to be the crack. So yeah, the Board of Peace. Where's it going? What's it doing? What's its crack, so to speak? And this video answers some of them questions. So let's play a bit.
We aren't taking this seriously enough with all of the things that are being set up, and that he pretty much saying that it is an investment plan for the elites, including Donald Trump. Okay, I want to show you guys this video. Let's hop into it, watch it, and react to it. Before we do me a quick favor. Hit that like button for the algorithm so that this video can reach more people like yourself. I truly appreciate you guys. Let's hop in.
We are not taking this Board of Peace seriously enough. I just did a deep dive, and my God, please stay with me on this one. It's a little like how we reacted to Space Force before we knew it was permanent, except this one is on a whole different level. So the board consists of 6 members, including a chairman for life, which is, of course, Donald Trump, and 5 other board members, which are Marco Rubio, Jared Kushner, Tony Blair, Mark Rowan, who runs Apollo Global.
Right, already, I mean, Tony Blair's an asshole. Anybody from England knows that. So there's one man. Well, already, right off the bat there. I don't trust any of the first 4, to be honest. Donald Trump, no. Tony Blair, definitely not. Kushner, definitely not. And who was the other one? Hold on a minute. Let's just get him again.
It was permanent, except this one is on a whole different level. So the board consists of 6 members, including a chairman for life, which is, of course, Donald Trump. And
yeah, we don't trust that motherfucker. In the Epstein files a million times, accused of as worse stuff as everybody else, to be honest. Yeah, he's out.
5 other board members, which are Marco Rubio.
No, we don't trust that motherfucker either.
Jared Kushner.
No.
Tony Blair.
Definitely not.
Mark Rowan, who
not sure who that is.
Runs Apollo Global Management.
Probably not. He's in the club, isn't he? He's in the club here. He's in the list here. So he's not to be trusted, to be honest. Not to be trusted.
And Steve Witkoff. It's supposed to be what they're calling a private sector-led alternative to the United Nations. The board is set up as a private treasury model, much like the UN and the World Bank. Now, the chairman for life, Donald Trump, has exclusive authority to create, modify, or dissolve subsidiary entities and approve all administrative directives, so full control over everything. If this was a U.S. corporation, this setup would be illegal, but it gets a whole lot worse. One of the first executive orders that Trump signed on January 16th of 2025 was Executive Order 14275. This designates the Board of Peace as a public international organization. This gives the board and the funds that it holds the same legal privileges, tax exemptions, and immunities as the UN, completely shielded from judicial oversight and seizure by federal courts.
Yeah, so it's a shit show again. You can sort of see what he's saying, the ramifications of what's happening here. An entity that's controlled by fucking wankers, to be honest, but the global wankers, that's above kind of the laws, and again, it's like it's exempt to certain tax, you know. I mean, it's a shit show, isn't it? You know what I mean? If we tried to set something like this up, we'd be shut down. You know what I mean? No, you can't do that. If people like this try to set stuff up, not a problem. Not a problem. Though. Money opens doors, and these fuckers have got all the money, as we've mentioned before. So something's cooking with this. You know what I mean? There's stuff cooking with this. There's a reason they're setting all this up, and there's a reason. There's always a reason, and that reason will become apparent down the road, obviously, but yeah, it's more just shady dealings in the background here that most people aren't aware of, is kind of why I mentioned it, because that's kind of what it is. It's shady dealings in the background that most of us aren't aware of.
We were to actually try and have accountability someday. Membership on the board is really simple, pay to play, $1 billion. And so far, the countries that have contributed are Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Qatar, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, Morocco, Bahrain, Uzbekistan, and Kuwait. And it was just announced today that you, the American taxpayer, is going to be contributing $10 billion to a fund exclusively controlled by Donald Trump, even if he's not president anymore.
And how long is he going to last? You know what I mean? He's 80-year-old. There's questions about his health here. And then we hand it over to all the other assholes, one of which is Tony Blair, who definitely can't be trusted, you know what I mean? So the fact that Tony Blair's got his hand in it, the fact that England's got their hand in it somewhere as well. I know we haven't been mentioned in that list there, but it's all a load of fucking bullshit, isn't it? Every which way but loose, and every which way we look. So all bad news, really. Again, we don't know the severity of this bad news and what it's going to happen down the line because of this Board of Peace. But none of it will be good. I can tell you now, none of it will be good. All them countries there giving £1 billion. Who's paid that? You know what I mean? Probably the people of the country who aren't even aware they've paid it. Again, countries that are quite poor in general. So, yet again, people in power spending the countries into an oblivion, while the people, the peasants, us, we have to foot the bill for all these little plans for the elites, do you know what I mean? We keep paying the price here. It's like the Olympics, to be honest. Yeah, it costs a fucking fortune to host all these Olympics. And I'll maybe make a video on it. I've seen a good video on a guy, and he's gone on about how much the Olympics just fucking robs everybody. I mean, you don't, as well, like British people, when you win a medal, you get nothing. Like other countries give their athletes money for winning medals, and like poorer countries, the United Kingdom, you get literally nothing for winning. The Olympic Committee of England must keep hold of all the money. It's an absolute shit show, to be honest. The athletes who do all the work and make the show get absolutely nothing out of the money that's generated from the Olympics, really. Unless you're like Usain Bolt. But even then, a lot of his money just comes from like advertising deals, etc. Not really from the Olympics. Yeah, they absolutely rob the athletes blind. It's not really fair at all, to be honest. I've seen a few videos on it. So, it's like everything. Us, the peasants, get fucked. And that's kind of the lesson you should have learned in life. The sooner you learn that lesson, well, you'll be probably less miserable, to be honest, if you just accept reality. We're the peasants. We're going to get fucked here. That's the way it goes. So, this is all bad news, and again, it's kind of this border peace and everything he's telling us here. Like, most people don't know about any of this, and it's going somewhere. You know what I mean? They didn't set all this up and get all these countries to pay $1 billion fucking dollars each for no reason. It's going somewhere. What's all the money for? You know what I mean?
Now, here's where things start to get pretty scary. The first area is with crypto. Thanks to the guiding and establishing national innovation for
crypto's involved. It's got scary now as well. It wasn't scary before. Now it's getting scary.
U.S. Stablecoins Act, or the Genius Act, passed by Congress, the Board of Peace is designed to utilize stablecoin infrastructure. And Trump's own crypto venture, World Liberty Financial, is the primary vehicle. And the UAE bought 49% of World Liberty Financial 4 days before Trump was inaugurated. And a significant portion of the $17 billion that's already been contributed is being converted into USD1, Trump's stablecoin. And not only that, but the board can actually mint USD1 against US treasuries. And so they can spend funds without it ever even touching a traditional bank. And of course, the first place they're looking to do this is Gaza. They're calling it a Gaza relief package. But what it is an investment fund to build 200 hotels and 400,000.
Yeah, I mean, hold on a minute while I find this fucking plan for Gaza. You won't believe it. You won't believe it. I seen it the other week there. Hold up. So I can't find the video on it. Can only find this picture, which isn't the best picture to be fair, but the master plan. Here it is. Again, this is what Gaza's going to look like in the future, if you can sort of make that out. Massive skyscrapers all along the coast here. Fucking, I mean, this isn't for the people of Gaza. Do you know what I mean? This isn't. Let's currently look what Gaza looks like. So this is Gaza, mostly in ruins. A lot of ruins here. It's been bombed to shit, as we all know, by Israel. Yeah, there's fuck all left of it in many places. It's all been decimated. So, the plan is, now they've decimated it, to build all these skyscrapers, luxury hotels. I mean, what a shit show, to be honest. As if this is for any of the people of Gaza, you know what I mean? Here we have a load of condos, nicely built here, all beautiful and new. So this is the master plan for Gaza, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's again, the poor people are being eradicated here, and it's all for the rich people. Yeah, that's the plan for Gaza, believe it or not. Currently looks like this, you know what I mean? How many of the people there in the street fucking picking the fucking bits of their life up do you think's going to be living in these fucking apartments here? I'll go with none. Absolutely none whatsoever. Zero. So, that's the plans for Gaza, you know what I mean, where we at here. So, it'll have a lot to do with that as well. I would imagine this Board of Peace and all this money to build this, and exclude all the poor people. Again, the future doesn't look good for the poor people here, I'm telling you now. And all these people in the Epstein files here on the right. These people are just going to run amok while we're what's left of us are the fucking slaves, you know what I mean? If you can't see that coming now, then don't know where you're looking, to be honest. You'll own nothing by 2030 and be happy, apparently. You will own nothing because these people will own everything. It's kind of the crack here. So yeah, it's a shit show. It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all here.
And new homes in Gaza, completing the genocide. Now the last part is probably something Scott Jennings would say gets my knickers in a twist. The fund has its own paramilitary force called the International Stabilization Force, or ISF. It's commanded by U.S. Major General Jasper Jeffries III, and it already has pledges of 20,000 soldiers and 12,000 police officers, mostly coming from Indonesia, Egypt, and Jordan. And to go back,
it's like a private army, private police force here. None of this is looking good. This just got worse, a lot worse. I didn't know about that bit.
Back to Gaza, there are already plans to build a 5,000 person military base over 350 acres in Gaza. So even if we were to succeed in getting Trump out of there, he can sit around as chairman of the Board of Peace with full diplomatic immunity, a ton of funds, and his own army. Let that sink in.
Okay.
Yeah, let that sink in. His own private army here. Again, these people can't be trusted. They absolutely can't be trusted.
I mean, that's crazy. Some things I was thinking about was, he's saying, obviously,
The phone's ringing. Yeah, sorry about that. Phone rang. Yeah, shit show, isn't it? Again, bad news coming down the line. Private armies, fucking, yeah, all fucking totalitarian world governments, new world orders, etc., etc. So, again, a lot of people won't know about that. Just thought I'd give it a mention. Stuff cooking in the background, just fucking guys unnoticed because that much fucking goes on in the world, to be honest. And we're distracted by everything else you can possibly imagine. So, yeah, I'll leave it there anyway. I just thought I'd give it a mention. If you want to come and watch the rest of the video and find out more about it, our on page, 220,000 subscribers, but just sort of, well, yeah, just thought I'd give it a mention. Again, stuff cooking in the background that it's not been made big news of. Luckily, this guy's looked into it. That's what I mean. It's kind of a combined effort. You know what I mean? Everybody, that much goes on. Not one single man couldn't keep an eye on all this. You know what I mean? I'll leave it there anyway. If you want to come watch the video, Aaron Page, peace.